Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Manchester City 2, Newcastle 1, and their gap is now 2 points to Arsenal. Man City are not going down without a fight. I'd say that for free. Because it is on. The title race is on. It is heating up. Obviously, Man City have got the job done tonight. Obviously, Arsenal play tomorrow in the North London derby. And now that game for Arsenal has become absolutely massive. It was already massive. It was already massive. But now it's got even bigger. City tonight, they got the job done tonight, Man City. I don't think they played well. Oh, well, I think they played well, but they weren't scintillating. They weren't at their free-flowing best. But they got the job done. All Man City needed to do tonight was win. And that's exactly what they have done. It wasn't a great game. I mean, we had, quite a few chances. I mean, I thought, 30 minutes into the game, we were going to get an absolute blockbuster, but obviously we didn't really end up getting that. But yeah, it's a good win for Man City. These are the types of wins that Man City do. When they need to win, they win. Man City have done this cycle so many times before under Pep Guardiola. They know what to do. They know how to win league titles. And, that is something that Man City have over Arsenal, is that they know how to get their job done. And, I feel like if this was Arsenal tonight, they'd probably draw. I mean, you look against Wolves, 2-0 up, cruising, end up drawing 2-2. Man City seed out that game very, very well tonight, in my opinion, Man City. I feel like for that last 20 minutes, Man City were in complete control of that game, and that's the experience. They know how to see out games where you need to win if you are challenging for a title, and obviously Arsenal don't know how to do that, as we saw on Wednesday night. But for Newcastle, we'll touch on Newcastle. Well, I didn't expect Newcastle to win this game tonight, if I'm being honest. I think Newcastle played okay. Obviously, though, they played Champions League midweek. Had to go out all the way out to Azerbaijan, I believe, to play Karabakh. I think that's where Karabakh are, in Azerbaijan. Could be wrong. Could be right, I'm not too sure, but that would have been a long trip, would have took a lot out of the players. I feel like they competed well. But I just always thought that Man City had them under control tonight, to be honest with you. And yeah, they didn't really threaten that second goal, to be honest, Newcastle. But yeah, it is what it is. Another defeat for Newcastle, though. It's another defeat. Not really going well in the league this season, Newcastle. They are really struggling in the league. I've heard reports about Eddie Howe potentially getting sacked, that a few Newcastle fans want to get rid of him. I'm not too sure. I mean, the thing is, what's the expectation for Newcastle? Because if it's to get into Champions League football, Eddie Howe has shown that he can do that. If it's to win trophies, Eddie Howe has shown he can do that because he won the Carabao Cup. I just never think Newcastle are going to be that side challenging for Premier League titles. Listen, I know they got the takeover, but, with financial fair play, FFP and all that, they just can't spend as much as they would like. So yeah, I don't see Newcastle ever challenging really for a Premier League, and that's why I would keep Eddie Howe, because he's shown that he can get Champions League football, he can do it, and he can win trophies. Just not the Premier League, but maybe like an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, he can do. But yeah, back to Man City, back to the title race. It's interesting now, isn't it? It's really, really intriguing. you know, that game tomorrow for Arsenal is absolutely massive. Arsenal need to put that Wolves result behind them and put it right with a good performance tomorrow. You know, Arsenal got 2 difficult games coming up. Obviously, North London derby tomorrow, and then next Sunday they've got Chelsea at the Emirates. 2 difficult games for Arsenal, and I feel like they have to win both of them games. They have to win both of them games. Because Man City, they're coming. Man City are coming. You know, and we have seen time and time again that when Arsenal are being hunted, they don't tend to do very well. And my fear for Arsenal is that I think if Man City go above Arsenal, I think it could be done. I think mentally and psychologically, that is just going to mess with the heads of Arsenal if Man City can get above them in the league at any point. You know, and that could happen. That could happen next week. If Arsenal lose tomorrow, and then, because Man City play next Saturday, so they play before Arsenal again. So, by the time Arsenal play Chelsea next Sunday, Man City could be 1 point ahead of them. And again, it's the mental, the psychological effect that could have on Arsenal. It could be big, but you know, 2 points. It's Arsenal would love to make it 5 points again by the end of this week, but I'm just not sure if Arsenal will beat Spurs. I mean, Arsenal should beat Spurs tomorrow. Spurs are absolutely terrible, but new manager for Spurs. You know, Spurs are at home. You know, they Spurs probably know Arsenal are, you know, mentally might not be there. So who knows? I'm very excited for that North London derby tomorrow. But yeah, let's talk about the goals. Man City took a 1-0 lead. Nico O'Reilly in the 14th minute. Really good finish this by O'Reilly. However, I do think Pope should save it. The ball just breaks for City in the midfield. I'm not sure who plays it to O'Reilly. I think it might be Semenyo. I'm not too sure. But, you know, I thought O'Reilly was actually going to give it one more out wide to Erling Haaland. Doesn't do that. Takes the shot on O'Reilly from the edge of the box. Nick Pope, like I just said, gets a big hand onto it, but he can't divert it past the post. And it goes in, and Man City off to a dream start. 1-0 in the 14th minute. Just the start they would have wanted. And you were thinking at this point, this could be a clinical Man City performance, and they could really put out a statement, but that wasn't to be, because Newcastle, 8 minutes later, equalised. Lewis Hall with the equaliser. Corner to Newcastle, gets crossed in, deflects out to the edge of the box. Lewis Hall's there, takes the strike, takes a deflection. I'm not sure who it deflects off, but it wrong foots Donnarumma. He can't get to it in time. And Newcastle get an equaliser. Just out of nowhere, really. Just from the corner. It is Lewis Hall's goal as well, because it was going on target. So yeah, Newcastle, really good response. But then Man City responded 5 minutes later. Nico O'Reilly again. This time with a header. Really good goal this by Man City, to be honest. Semenyo plays a really nice ball down the right-hand channel to Erling Haaland. And what I like about Haaland, what he does here, he just gets it in. Just gets it in first time. Doesn't mess about with it. Doesn't try and dribble. Just gets in the cross first time. Stands it up. Waiting for someone to attack it. And Nico O'Reilly does attack it. Heads it back from where it came. Wrong foots Nick Pope. I think Dan Burn is the closest to it, but he can't clear it off the line. Yeah, Man City respond instantly 5 minutes later. And that was it. That's all the goals we got. All the goals came before 30 minutes. Which is why I said at the start of the match reaction, I thought we were going to be in for an absolute thriller. But nah, we weren't really. But yeah, I just felt like, you know, that game Man City were in total control past that 60th minute. Once it hit the 60th minute, City were in control, in my opinion. They just saw out the game and got the win, which they needed. Man City, they needed to win this game to pile that pressure on Arsenal for tomorrow. And that's exactly what they've done. For Newcastle, another Premier League defeat, but I think this was expected, considering the journey they had to do midweek as well. But yeah, the title race is heating up. Guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Let me know also who you think will win the Premier League title. Will it be Arsenal? Will it be Manchester City? Let me know. But yeah, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.